बहुत बढ़िया चलो. So today we are going to focus on rights and duties, the Hoffildian theory. Okay. Now, why Hoffildian theory is very important, and I told in the previous class that Hoffildian theory, you will get questions from the Hoffildian theory. Okay. Now, what's so unique about Hoffildian theory? Hoffild is Harvard law professor. He created this particular system in which each and every individual in the society will be able to understand, okay, what kind of legal relation that is getting created between each among us. Okay. Now, first understand, because I have given one example or one definition of legal relationship in the previous class. Okay. So, what is that legal relationship that we talk about? Okay. So, jural relationship or legal relationship is nothing but a relationship between two individuals or individual two or many individuals that is created by law, okay, that is created by law and protected by law. Okay, that is the main understanding of jural relationship and the legal relationship. How is it? It's a very simple thing. Like as per Essential Commodities Act, commodities cannot be hoarded. So there is a relationship that is getting created here. Anybody who is going to hoard the essential commodities will be punished for that. Right? Now, what kind of legal relation is going to be created here? So, state has, or the authority has been given power has been given, and liability is created. And as I am talking, probably you are not able to understand how the power is coming, where the liability is coming. You will get to understand. Okay, I'll give you, because I have jotted down few examples from various laws today, and give you examples, and you will be able to apply those things by yourself. Okay. So, sir, how did you say it's a power and it's a liability thing? Okay. So today we are going to learn different jural relations. Suppose, as we are discussing in the previous class, if somebody there is a right, there is a duty, right? If Samag has a right, Samag has a right, then we all of us, so Samag has right to reputation. So we all of have the duty to maintain that reputation, not to defame him, right? Is it clear? So there is a right and duty. From that aspect, we are able to understand sorry, very, very clearly that there is a relationship. There is a relationship that is getting created between Samag and me and Samag with the rest of the world. And some of you were asking, sir, it's a right in rem or right in personam. No, not only the right in rem. The right is called right in rem, or that right is called right in personam. But the relationship that we are talking about, okay, that is the jural relationship. Relationship means somebody has right, so opposite side somebody has to fulfill the duty. Okay, that what we are talking about. Huh? Now, this very important part that we are going to learn in the Hoffeld theory. Take it. Now, Hoffeld theory is very simple yet complicated. Very simple yet complicated. Now, in this session, you might have a lot of queries. Feel free to ask. I'll allow all those things. In the coming session also, if you don't understand, next session में भी आप आके मेरे से सवाल पूछ सकते हैं to this thing also, because this part is very important for an exam perspective. Okay, and if you understand in toto whatever is needed to be done, then only it will be easier for you to go through the next part. Okay, क्योंकि यहाँ से क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. I told you very simply, Hoffildian theory से क्वेश्चन आएंगे आपके. Okay. Now, there are things that you need to understand. So, as I talked about the jural relations, all of you understand the jural relations, how it is getting created, all of you? All of you understanding how the jural relations are getting created? Any query regarding this? Okay, one person having the right, opposite person having the duty. If there is a relationship between you and me, and there is a relationship between you and the rest of the world, and likewise, there are some other factors or other relationship might get created like this. Here, the right and duty relationships are there, right? So this relationship is called the legal or jural relationship. This part is clear. The jural relationships part is clear. Is it clear, all of you? It's a very simple definition. Okay, there is a relationship between you and two individuals or many individuals, a relationship created by law. Clear? Clear, clear? All of you clear? A relationship created by law. Akanksha clear, Hari clear, Sampada, Samak, Yasha, Pulkit, all of you clear? I reckon I just recently. Okay. So, all of you, Hari, is it clear? Or it's a simple jural relationship. Yasha is clear. Okay. Sampada clear. Akanksha clear. So, jural relationship is nothing but a relationship between two and many individuals. How the law is creating that particular relationship. So, ये तो समझ में आ गया. And this relationship is basically bifurcated into three different kind. One is jural correlatives, one is jural opposites, and one is jural contradictories. ठीक है, तो मैं थोड़ा लिख के बताता हूं आपको. Whatever the three things are there. I'm sharing the whiteboard with you. Is it visible to all of you? Is it visible to all of you? Whiteboard visible हो रहा है? एक सेकंड. Now I told you three things. Okay, jural correlative, jural opposites, and jural contradictories. Okay. Now, basically, by this name, it will be very difficult for you to say what these three things, how it is to be understood. It's very difficult to understand, right? So, we are going to understand these three things from the basic example and the chart itself. Okay. So there are few things that you can learn by memorizing Hoffeldian theory, and there are some part that you can learn by understanding it. But both are very important for all of you regarding this aspect. Okay, क्योंकि कभी कभार memorize से ये चीज you might miss out on the things. So you need to understand what it is all about. Now, jural correlatives and jural opposites. Okay, and jural contradictories. Now, when Hoffield has given the theory, during his time, Hoffield has given the theory by these two, jural opposites and jural correlatives. When later other philosophers came into the picture and they analyzed these jural correlatives and opposites, they discovered another element called jural contradictories. Okay? But Hoffield's system is so sound that jural contradictories can also be included very, very easily in the Hoffield system. Okay? But Hoffeld did not create the jural contradictories. It is a later contribution by different philosophers, jural contradictories. Okay. So what Hoffeld did, in Hoffeld's real, what he has originated by Hoffeld, in that case, jural correlative and jural opposites, these two things are mentioned. Okay. Jural contradictories are not there. Okay. Now, the most important part that you need to understand is that first we are going to learn the jural correlatives and jural opposites. Okay. Then we are going to go to the jural contradictories. Okay. Otherwise, it might get bit confusing at first. Okay. थोड़ा confusing हो सकता है. But try to understand, ask question, and have patience. Okay. Because it's a bit technical session. It's not a session when you understand with डिफरेंट लीगल कॉन्सेप्ट और समथिंग, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, आपको यहाँ पर थोड़ा टेक्निकलिटीज से पेशेंट के साथ डील करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, दैट्स हाउ इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू मेंशन फ्यू थिंग्स राइट नाउ. जुरल कोरिलेटिव्स एंड जुरल ऑपोजिट्स. Now, jural correlatives and jural opposites. Now, there are two diagrams Hoffeld has drawn regarding this. So first I'm not going to mention this thing. ठीक है, मैं पहले इसका mention करूंगा. And these two diagrams you have to remember. You have to get it by heart. Okay, जहां से questions आ सकते हैं. So first I'm going to mention one diagram, then I'm going to mention another diagram. Okay. So the first diagram I'm just mentioning. Right. Duty. Privilege. No right. Okay. Now, this is the first Hoffeldian theory. Right, privilege, duty, and no right. This is the very interesting thing. Okay. Now, this vertical arrow, and there is another क्रॉस एरो. ठीक है, अगर आप इससे याद रख सकते हो तो दैट विल बी वेरी वेरी गुड. देयर इज अ वर्टिकल एरो एंड देयर इज अ क्रॉस एरो. देयर इज अ वर्टिकल एरो, देयर इज अ क्रॉस एरो. ओके, सो वर्टिकल एरो इज कोरिलेटिव. ओके, क्रॉस एरो इज ऑपोजिट्स. Clear? Clear? Vertical arrow is correlative, cross arrow is opposites. For the memorizing part, आपके मेमोराइज करने के लिए ये. सर, if I include contradictory here, then what will be the situation? अच्छा, if I include contradictory which Hoffeld has not created, okay, which Hoffeld has not created, but later philosophers introduced it. So if I include contradictory here, and how to complete this thing? Horizontal arrow is contradictory. Are you understanding? This part is clear. This part is clear. Vertical arrow correlative, cross arrow opposites, horizontal arrow contradictories. Is this part clear? Then I'm going to explain further. If this part clear, till this part it is clear or not? अगर आपको रट्टा मारना है, सोच रहे हो कि सर यू टोल्ड मी मेनी थिंग्स, अदर टीचर टोल्ड मी मेनी थिंग्स, बट फिर भी मेरे दिमाग में नहीं घुस रहा है. इफ यू रिमेंबर दिस थ्री थिंग्स, दैट माइट सेव योर डे इन द एग्जाम, बट माइट नॉट सेव योर डे इन द एग्जाम. ठीक है. Sorry. So how it is? If you ask question different LLM exams, there is a question like, what is the correlative of right? Duty. Huh? What is the jural opposites of duty? Privilege. What is the jural contradictory of duty? No right. What is the jural contradictory of right? Privilege. Are you understanding what kind of question maybe I asked? Are you understanding what kind of question? I'm giving a very basic kind of question that may be asked in the exam, but it's not limited to this only. There are some example based question where you have to apply the privilege, no right, duty, right. These things needed to be applied and understood. But this is a very basic level of questions which you can get in various LLM exams, जो आपको एक दो मार्क्स दे देंगे कि what is the contradictory of right, jural contradictory. So you need to remember privilege. Clear? Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? What is the jural opposites of no right? It's a very simple, right? What is the jural correlative of privilege? No right. Is it clear? एग्जाम पर्सपेक्टिव में याद आ रहा है क्या करना है आपको, किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं? आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? समा क्लियर? संपदा, मुस्कान, पुलकित, हरि, यशा, all of Manaswini, is it clear? Is it clear all of you? Huh? आकांक्षा, इज इट क्लियर? हाँ, यहां से क्वेश्चन ऐसे बनेंगे. ठीक है, दैट्स हाउ द क्वेश्चन विल बी फ्रेम्ड इन दिस केस. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. सर, यहां से तो एक टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस मेरा हो गया. इफ डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड, probably by the memorizing I'll be able to understand whatever is there and I'll be able to figure out something and I'll be able to answer. एक दो मार्क्स तो मेरा सिक्योर हो गया. ट्रू. But in case, suppose there is a factual question where you have to deduce the right, privilege, no right, duty, then what? Suppose there is a factual question that emerges like this: in the Essential Commodities Act, the power has been given to the authorities to punish people who hoard the essential commodities. From this, draw a diagram of jural correlatives there. Sir, ये तो heavy हो गया sir. I mean, how can I do this now? Because what I learned is just marking up the things. Now they want me to draw the diagram, or they want me to draw the things or apply the things there and do the things. Are you understanding? Now, in that situation, it will be quite difficult if you don't know what is right privilege, no right duty. Clear? Clear? So now we are going to get into understand what is right, what is duty, what is privilege, and what is no right. Clear? Now we are going to get into that understanding. So first, this diagram is just to remember this is opposite, this is correlative, this is contradictory. Vertical are correlative, horizontal are contradictories, and these opposites. So this thing from basic common perception and understanding, memorizing factor, this thing is done. Now we're going to understand how right is giving birth to duty, how privilege is creating no right, and how duty is contradictory to no right, and right is contradictory to privilege. Clear? Now, shall we move on? Shall we move on? All of you? Shall we move on? Huh? Excellent. Huh? Now, so you know very well about the right because I talk a lot of things about the right. Okay. So, sir, if there is a right, there is a duty. I hope all of you know that, right? If there is a case, there is a duty, there is no right. Can anybody tell me? Well, sir, there is a right, there is a duty. Every I know it. Can there be a duty where there is no right? So, sir, what you are saying, understanding. But the thing is, it not going against the Hopeldian theory? Yeah, absolutely. Hopeldian theory is not perfect theory. Okay, there are so many exceptions which I will show you. In that case, those exceptions will be there. Okay, so sometimes exceptions are important for our understanding. To understand, there are some limitations to Hopeldian theory too. Okay, so there is a right. So what are right? Right, as you know, in some cases, okay, okay. एग्जाम में ऐसा भी हो सकता है. You might get a word like claim. So right is used as claim. Okay. No right is no claim. This is the same word. Okay. Privilege is used as liberty. Okay. Understanding? Don't get confused here. In some of the book, you might get claim also. Okay. In exam, might get claim. In place of right, you might get claim. Clear? So the claim means right here. Clear? The claim means right, no right means claim, and the privilege means liberty. In some of the cases, privilege and liberty has been interchangeably used for the Hopeldian theory. Huh? Now the thing is that what I was saying here, that is right, duty, privilege, no right. Okay. So I have talked about many things about the right. If there is a right, there is a duty. But can you give me an example where there is a duty, but correspondingly there is no right? Can you give me an example? You all know there is a right. When there is a right, there is a duty. And if there is a duty, there has to be right. Yes or no? Hari, Akanksha? Working honestly. Acha, okay. Acha, working honestly, in that case, there is a duty. There is no right. That you were saying, Pulkit. Okay, ठीक है. Legal perspective से सोचो, not the actual or factual perspective से. अच्छा. Akanksha, I reckon, Manaswani, if we say there is a duty, correspondingly there has to be right. Yes or no? If there is a duty that is prescribed on you, me, or anybody else, there has to be some right, somebody who is enjoying. That's why we're having the duty. Otherwise, we don't have the duty. Right. If Yasha has a duty not to defame me, then I have certain right to enjoy. There is right to reputation. If I don't have right to reputation, Yasha will not have the duty not to defend me. So if there is a duty, there has to be right. Simultaneously, if there is a right, there has to be duty. That we have learned. But is there any duty where there is no corresponding right? Interesting. You, Hari, you were there. Just you were narrow, but think broadly. You were hitting right zone, but think broadly. I reckon is also correct. Hari is also correct. That's the answer. Saman. Fundamental duties, right? Duty to respect national flag. Where this duty coming from? Where this duty coming from? I reckon fundamental duties. So fundamental duties in the Constitution 51A are those duties which does not correspond to any right. These are absolute duties. Clear? Clear? Is it clear? All of you? So, right correlative is duty that we know of. That's a very common thing, sir. Nothing much to say about it because we are reading it, we are living it, we are breathing it, right and duty thing. But fundamental duties are the absolute duties in which no right is basically prescribed. Okay? Clear? 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 All of you clear? अच्छा एक सेकंड रुकना हाँ एक सेकंड रुकना आई एम कमिंग हाँ वन सेकंड अच्छा am I audible to all of you? Now coming the very important part. Huh? Privilege. Right duty correlative understood. Right duty correlative understood. This right duty correlative understood. There is a right and duty. If there is a right, there has to be duty in the opposite person. Right duty correlative understood as of now. Right duty, this correlative is understood. This particular part is understood. Any query from this right duty correlative? Any question from the right duty correlative? Akanksha, Amartya, Hari, Irakan, Samak, Sampada, Yasha, Pulkit, Muskan, Manaswani, any query? अमर्त्य एनी क्वेरी राइट ड्यूटी कोरिलेटिव से कुछ क्वेरी है आपके दिमाग में अभी या इज इट क्लियर क्लियर राइट ड्यूटी कोरिलेटिव नो क्वेरीज क्लियर अच्छा नाउ आते हैं अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिविलेज एंड लिबर्टी एंड नो राइट ओके नाउ द थिंग इज दैट व्हाट इज प्रिविलेज कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी व्हाट इज प्रिविलेज व्हाट इज प्रिविलेज What is privilege? Anybody who is aware? Exclusive right? Okay. Fine now. Privilege and liberty. What is that? In your own language, I'm telling. So ascribed rights, not acquired rights. Interesting. Ascribed rights, not acquired rights. Okay. Special right that only a group or individual possess. Okay. Privilege. Advantage. Okay. Others. Sampada, Yasha, I reckon. Advantage over other. Okay. Like person's rights are endowed by hierarchy or parental status, not individual acts. किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये person's right are endowed by hierarchy or parental status, not individual acts. Legal freedom to do something. Immunity that only certain immunity. Somebody is saying immunity. Immunity and privilege both are same. Yeah, sir. This is very closely related, isn't it? Right, privilege, power, immunity, isn't it? Right, privilege, power, immunity, they are so closely related. Sometimes we use it interchangeably, right? So, privilege, all of you are more or less correct to one extent, in one sense, because it has some literal meaning to it, dictionary meaning to it. So, more or less, you are right. But for our understanding, Hoppeldian theory, Akanksha was saying legal freedom to do something. Okay? Legal freedom to do something, what does it mean in actual sense? Akanksha. Legal freedom to do something. Does it include legal freedom not to do that thing? Can it include legal freedom not to do anything? Not to do that something? I may do, I may not do. Is both the, it's like allows you to do certain things. I think it will not include not to do something. Hmm. So, privilege or liberty is given in that sense. I'm Hoffeldian sense I'm talking about. It's a freedom to do or not to do something. Okay. It's a freedom that you have to do or not to do something. Think about it. Okay. First, get it in. The privilege that you know, sometimes there is special right. There are some advantage that you people said. You said some other status. Okay. Freedom in all the aspect. One thing is that he is free from the legal possibility or legal interference at all, isn't it? In right, अच्छे से समझना ये चीज जो मैं बोलने जा रहा हूं. In right, interests are protected, right? Interests are protected, then only it becomes right, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Interests are protected by law, then only become right. If that interest is not protected by law, will not become right. We were discussing in the last class. If the interest not protected by law or recognized by law, it will not become right. Yes, 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 yes or no? Yes or no? Right. But the liberty or privilege is a very simple thing. Free of the possibility of legal interference by others. It means, it means when you have privilege, irrespective of what other people have or don't have, you are free to do. Like any example of privilege that you can share? Influential privilege. Any privilege that you have? Any example that privilege that you people have? Example privilege कुछ दिमाग में आ रहा है अभी privilege का? Okay. Other than the legal privilege I'm talking about. Yeah. Any privilege that you have in the legal privilege? Privilege, anything that you people think of, any privilege, parliamentary privilege, right? Parliamentary privilege, everybody is aware of. What is parliamentary privilege? In the parliament, the MPs, MLAs, they have this to say anything, right? So freedom of speech and expression, which is limited in other senses for all of us, for parliamentary privilege, they are given absolute freedom, right, guys? Is it clear? Parliamentary privilege, is it clear? Parliamentary privilege is that MLAs, MPs in the geographical territory of the parliament, they can say anything. They are absolute freedom of speech and expression. Clear? Is it clear? So think about it. In the parliamentary privilege, the privilege, irrespective of the legal right or duty, whatever the other people have, he is free to choose whatever he wants to do. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Privilege means there is no legal interference in your action. You can choose to do whatever you can do in that certain periphery where the privilege or liberty is given. Now, how it is different from right? Right is there are interests which are protected by law. So law is protecting that boundary. Here, privilege is that privilege, if it is given to you, other people don't have anything to say about it because you are protected by the freedom. You can choose to do that thing. Nobody claim that I have right to it. I have duty to it. I cannot claim that. Are you understanding or shall I explain it again? Are you understanding? Shall I explain it again?
So once again,
Yeah, tell me, Amartya. Tell me.
so explain it once again. Like,
And bit louder, bit louder.
sir, can you explain it once again?
Yeah, I'll explain. Okay. What are the queries that's coming to your mind? I want to hear it. So, can we say privilege is something which is vested for few, rights is vested for all? Yeah, true, definitely. Privilege is, but that also depending on the situations. Okay. So you are given certain privilege to one person in one situation. So in that time, no law can interfere in that privilege. You are given absolute freedom in that case. Okay. Yeah. What are the queries that's coming to your mind? I want to hear. You are not able to understand. I'll explain it again. Not a problem. But what are the queries that's coming to your mind that I want to hear from all of you? Just you can help me to understand your query at least. Okay. So does the privilege also go beyond the will of the people and the law? Will of the people and the law means does the privilege you are given a privilege? Parliamentary privilege is given. MPs, MLAs are given the privilege to speak their heart out during the parliamentary proceeding. Law is given that privilege. And when that privilege is given, okay, no, that's the thing. Now, privilege is subject to any restriction. No, that's the thing. Privilege is not subject to any restriction. So when the privilege is given within that periphery, nobody in the parliament can say, I have been defamed by whatever the MP and MLA said. Or some other people can say, I have been defamed by whatever is there, whatever he said. So suppose here in the parliamentary periphery, Pulkit and Samag, MLA MP, both are basically crucifying other political parties or some other random person. Okay. And in that particular parliamentary proceeding, they are allowed to say anything. For that, other parliamentarian during that proceeding or some random public will not say we have the right of reputation. Are you understanding? They can't say they have right to reputation. Are you understanding? Pulkit and Samak can say anything because they are given the privilege to say anything. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So in this parliamentary proceeding, they might defame some random R or Rahul or other parliamentarian. They cannot claim that their right to reputation is breached. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Is the example getting understood here? Is the example getting understood here? Pulkit, are you understanding? Muskan, Akanksha, Hari, Irakan. So privilege is also legal right in this example. Yeah, privilege is absolutely legal right. So that liberty is given by the law. I'm not saying the liberty is not given by the law. That liberty is given by the law only. But the thing is that as it's given by the law, in that periphery, no right is going to apply. Means any third party can claim there is a right. So in this time, Pulki the Samak, being MLA MP, in that parliamentary proceeding, they can say whatever they can say. They will not be, because they don't have duty to anybody. First and foremost thing. And there is nobody who holds any right against that privilege. Understanding and not understanding. Shall I give another example and to elaborate this example also? Is president's immunity. Now, immunity is something else. Immunity means irrespective of your power, you can't you can't basically devoid me of my rights, liabilities, and anything. Okay, so I'll come to. But immunity from the Hopeldian theory's perspective is a totally different concept than the privilege. Okay, just hold for a few minutes. Immunity के बारे में भी मैं discuss करूंगा आरकन. ठीक है? But are you understanding the privilege as a sole concept or not? That is the most important thing. Okay. Are you understanding the privilege as a concept? All of you, give me yes, sir. Privilege violate Article 14 in case of its subject. Privilege will not violate Article 14 because it's given the privilege, na? Amartha. Parliamentary privilege is given to MLA MP. पुलकित समक को दिया गया है ना. Constitution is giving them the privilege. How can it violate Article 14? It will not violate Article 14. In the parliamentary proceeding within the geographical territory, they can say anything regarding anybody and they will not be punished. Privilege greater than fundamental rights. Privilege greater than fundamental rights, yes, in situation where privilege is given. So parliamentary privilege में आपके freedom of speech and expression is limited, but in parliamentary privilege freedom of speech and expression is absolute. समझ आया हरी? Privilege elaborates the freedom. Are you able to understand? Pulkit, getting it? Samak, Sampada, Akanksha, Muskan. So, yeah. And also, judges writing the judgment, they have the privilege. During the judgment, they might write negative comment or something. So they have the not only the privilege, also the immunity. So when you want to discuss the immunity, that part is also there. So other than the privilege, they enjoy the immunity more. Okay, so don't get immunity. Immunity is when the devoid, I mean, power is devoid. The power cannot do anything. Okay, power cannot do anything. That is the immunity. But so far, are you understanding this part, privilege, that I am asking? I'll get into the immunity and the other things. Are you understanding this part, the privilege? Are you understanding? Just give me yes or no. Give me yes or no. Sir, as long as it's in duty or official capacity, privilege is absolute, not violative of law like civil servant duties. As long as it is in the duty of official, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So privilege might be, there are privileges. I hope you remember there are some absolute privilege, there are some qualified privileges. So there are some situations regarding that. There are some conditions attached to it. Okay. So in the defamation part, in IPC, you might have read there are some absolute privilege, qualified privilege. That part is there. There are some conditions attached to it in the privilege. Fine enough. But in general, we are learning here the privilege is given, and if when it's absolute, the other people will not hold any right. Okay. So think about it. Privilege correlative is what? Privilege correlative is what? When you have privilege, when Pulkit Samag have privilege, nobody, you, me, and everybody, nobody has any right regarding this aspect. When Pulkit and Samag have privilege to say anything or absolute freedom of speech in parliamentary privilege, you, me, anybody in the parliament don't have the right to reputation. Are you understanding? Your right to reputation is non-existence during the privilege is in work. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? This thing, getting it? You're not getting into this thing. When there is a privilege, Pulkit and Samak can say anything against anybody. If there is a right, corresponding duty will be on Pulkit and Samak. So Pulkit and Samak does not have any duty to whatsoever people while they are enjoying the privilege. They are free to choose their act. Is it getting clearer? Is it getting clearer? समझ पा रहे हो? देखो ये जो चीज है ना, चार चीज के अंदर ही यू आर जस्ट गोइंग दिस टू दैट. यू से जुड़ल ऑपोजिट्स. सो पुलकित and Samak, they have privilege. Opposite is jural opposite duty. We shall come to it. But correlative is no right. So nobody has any right when Pulkit and Samak has privilege. When there is a right, there is a duty. So it means आपके पास जो है सामने वाले के पास क्या हो सकता है? Automatically what can give birth to? So if you have right, opposite party will have a duty. If you have a privilege, opposite party will not have any right. Clear, 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 clear. Is it clear? All of you? दिमाग में जा रहा है Hoffeldian theory? Understanding? Any question from this? Anybody who has not understood? Yasha, you haven't got it? Kirti is there. I don't know Kirti has joined the class or not. Akanksha, Sampada, Samak, Muskan, all of you understood this part. Privilege and this. Privilege is legal interference is absolutely no legal interference in that case. You are absolutely open to do whatever you want to do. That is called liberty. Huh? Now, एक एग्जाम्पल मैं देता हूं, आप मुझे बोलना, ठीक है? Damnum sine injuria. Anybody who's aware about that? Damnum sine injuria. Anybody who is aware about this maxim, damnum sine injuria? Hmm. What is this example all about? कहाँ पढ़े थे हम लोग? Damage without leak. और इसका ऑपोजिट और एक पढ़े थे. What was that? इसका और एक था इंजुरिया, समथिंग था कुछ, एनीथिंग. हाँ, उसका क्या था? इंजुरिया सिने डैमनम. What was that? What was that? What is the meaning of that? इसको कोई एक्सप्लेन कर पाएगा? कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स है मेरे सामने. लीगल इंजरी विदाउट डैमेज एंड डैमेज विदाउट लीगल इंजरी. Anybody can share one or two example like this? Damnum sine injuria and injuria sine damnum. Any example? Any example that's coming to your mind you can share?
Sir, injurious and damnum means legal injury without any damage. Like, if I'm not wrong, we have studied and taught the case of Ashby versus White, in which a person was denied his right to vote in a certain election, but there was no damage as the candidate whom he wanted to vote already won. So, but still his right was violated, so there was legal injury without any damage. And in case of damage without legal injury, there was another case. I'm forgetting the name. So in that case, there was a school opened in front of another school. So therefore, the losses were there because the students were moving to new school, but there was no legal injury. So that was the case of damage without legal injury.
There's a damage without any legal injury, right? So, yeah, glucose grammar school, absolutely correct. Defamation cases where there is a loss of reputation, not economic, then it's a damnum sine injury. All of you are correct regarding this. Well, legal injury without damage. Both two are very important taught concepts, and all of you remember these things. I'm very happy. So, damnum sine injuria. In that case, damage without legal injury, right? Damage without any legal injury. This particular damage without legal injury, this is a prime example of no right. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? It's a prime example of no right. Damage without legal injury, right? Because there is a damage, but as there is no right, so there is no injury or there is no duty on other to fulfill that particular action. So in that case, it's a prime example of no right. Right? When there is no right, you can't say there is a duty. Yes or no? So damnum sine injuria is a concept in which you can say it's an example of no right. Is it clear? Is it clear? Because if there is right, then automatically samne wala has a duty. And if it is infringed, then automatically liability will be there, legal injury will be there. Clear? Yes or no? But when there is a damage, but there is no legal injury, damnum sine injuria, in that case, there is no right to be damaged or there is no right to be hampered. So as a result, it is an absolute example of no right. Clear? Is it clear to all of you? Clear? Damnum sine injuria. No right. एग्जाम्पल समझ में आया? एग्जाम्पल समझ में आया? एग्जाम्पल समझ में आया? Damnum sine injuria. Sir, but how is there a privilege? How is there a privilege? In which case, how is there a privilege? No right cases में? So, privilege sir, in damnum sine injuria, ठीक है? In damnum sine injuria, there is no duty as such. Okay, so from the duty aspect, we are saying what you are understanding from the privilege. So legally, he is free to choose to do anything. Are you understanding, Sama? So there is no right. If there is no right on me, if there is no right to reputation, you can defame me, Sama. You can defend me, right? If I don't have the right to, so you can choose to defame me or not to choose defame me. You have the privilege in that case because I don't have any right. Yes or no? Right? So no right automatically will give you the privilege. So damnum sine injuria, what was the example? Gloucester grammar school, right? So that opposite grammar school has chosen to do whatever he wants to do. He had the privilege. He set up in front of that other school to take the customer. Right, Sama? He had the privilege. He is not legally bound not to do it. He is absolutely free to choose whatever he wants to do. So, has he given the privilege here? Has he had the privilege? Clear? So, no right automatically corresponds to privilege. Clear हो रहा है? It's getting in. All of you getting in? Right, duty, privilege, no right. Getting in, all of you? कोरिलेटिव गेटिंग इन, कोरिलेटिव जा रहा है, अंदर गया सब कुछ. राइट, ड्यूटी, प्रिविलेज, नो राइट. Anybody having any query? Amartha, you asked few questions, but did you get the clarity? I might not have answered all the queries, but did you get the clarity? Okay, yeah. All of you. Clear? Now coming to the next part. अभी आते हैं कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी में. अगर कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी देखोगे, कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी इज वेरी सिंपल. ओके, इफ यू हैव राइट, okay, if you have right, you can't have privilege. Right? Can you? Can you? If you have duty, you can't have no right. ये हो ही नहीं सकता. Are you understanding what I'm saying? If you have a right, you can't have a privilege in the same time. It can't exist. It can't exist in the same point of time, in the same location, in the same time frame. So, from that perspective, what you are understanding, right? Okay. Huh? Sir, on right and privilege inherently connected, like, so मैं किस सेंस में बात कर रहा हूं थोड़ा समझो, ठीक है? इन दैट केस, right and privilege, okay, so when you have right, okay, when you have right, your interests are protected by law, right? Your certain interests are protected by law, right? Now think about the Pulkit Samak being the parliamentarian. Think about if they have right. Pulkit Samak does not have any parliamentary privilege. Other people don't have any other duty against them. In that case, if Pulkit and Samak don't have parliamentary privilege, or they're normal people, they enjoy the right to speak. Don't you have the right to reputation against them also? Pulkit and Samak against them. Amartya, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? If Pulkit and Samak don't have parliamentary privilege, suppose Pulkit and Samak don't have parliamentary privilege, okay? In that case, whatever they will say, if that say will defame somebody, they will face liability. They have the duty not to defame others. Are you understanding what I'm saying? The moment, understanding from the jural opposites perspective, contract opposites perspective, when they have privilege, they don't have duty towards anybody. When Pulkit and Samak have privilege or parliamentary privilege, they don't have duty against anybody not to defame. Is my sentence understood by everybody? Is my sentence understood by everybody? When Pulkit and Samak have privilege, they don't have the duty not to defame anybody. They don't have. How jural opposites are getting connected, are you understanding? And then उसके बाद आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्टरी समझ में आ जाएगा ऑटोमेटिकली. Can contract now? The thing is that here opposites interchange in the sense what you are saying, sir. Can't contractors and opposites be interchange? Interchange means मतलब जगह बदलना. That you were saying. You are saying the places to be changed. ड्यूटी के जगह प्रिविलेज समथिंग लाइक दैट और राइट ऐसा कुछ बोल रहे हो और इंटरचेंज इन व्हाट सेंस यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Understand this first, sir. Diagonals can be contractors. No, diagonals cannot be contractors, and there is a reason. Because first and foremost thing, contractors are not given by Hoffer. Okay, Pulkit. So opposites are given by Hoffer. Hoffer has given the opposites. Contractors came later. ओके सो इसीलिए मैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स को अभी इसमें घुसाने की कोशिश मतलब आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स फर्स्ट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड द फर्स्ट द ऑपोजिट्स एंड देन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. सो it cannot be changed and I'll tell you why. So privilege makes the individual free of duty as there is legitimacy to individuals. Legitimacy or something is privilege will make you free. You can free to choose or free to do anything. You don't have any duty against the other person because other person don't have any right against you. Are you समझ रहे हो? Are you understanding this part? If you have privilege, all of you, Irakan, Hari, Amartya, Marsani, if you have privilege, you don't have any duty to defame any other people. You don't have the duty. You can say whatever that you want to say. And you will not defame anybody because you don't have the duty not to defame anybody. Is it clear? Is this sentence clear to all of you? Is this sentence clear to all of you? Is this sentence, everybody understood this sentence? Anybody having any query? Okay. Clear? ये वाला sentence clear? Jural opposites is the existence within that one person. If he has a privilege, he does not have any duty against any other person. Contradictory is in respect of other person. Pulkit, now are you understanding why it cannot be interchanged? If you have privilege, you don't have any duty. So if you as an individual have the privilege, opposite will not exist. That is, duty will not exist on you. Right? Contradictory, सामने वाला don't have right. The right is regard to in front of the other people. Duty is about you. Are you understanding, Pulkit, what I said? Are you understanding what I'm saying? You said, sir, can this opposite contradictory be interchanged? But opposite is about you. Existence of one, non-existence of another. Contradictory is about what the world and the samne wala is going to hold because of that privilege. Is it understanding not clear? ये बहुत subtle है, but if you understand, you'll be able to get it everything. Pulkit, are you getting my point, what I said? Or is it not clear? What I said, if you have privilege, you don't have any duty. Is it clear? If you have privilege, you don't have any duty. Is it clear? Right? The moment you don't have any duty against anybody, nobody can claim there is a right against you. Am I understood correctly? So duty and privilege is existing with you. Right is existing with other people. When it's about other people, it is contradictory. Opposite is actually posited. The center of the opposite is same. Contradictory center is different. समझ आया? अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है मैं दोबारा, ठीक है, get this. Probably you will understand this part. This just one part you are not able to get it. Pulkit Samag, if Pulkit has privilege, Pulkit have no duty. Right, Pulkit? Is it clear? No duty against anybody. So, who is the center here? Center is you. Right, Pulkit? Center is you. Huh? If you don't have any duty, me and others don't have any right. Clear? Clear? So as a result, no right is center is who? World is the center. So correlative and contradictory के मामले में center is the world. Are you getting it? Contradictory, the center is the world. Here opposites and privilege, suppose privilege and opposite that exists, center is same. What I am saying, if there is a privilege, you can't have a duty. That's the center. And because of that, I and others will not have any right. That's why it's contradictory. All of you are able to understand what I'm trying to say? All of you are able to understand what I'm trying to say? All of you. यहां पर सेंटर चेंज हो रहा है. So opposites is with the Pulkit and the rest part is with me and this world. Is it clear? All of you clear? All of you clear? देखो, is it clear to all of you or anything else? Sir, opposite is individual centered and other is society world centered. You have to make Pulkit understand better. Okay. So yes, true. Opposite is individual centered means, देखो ना, opposite side से देखो. Privilege, if you have privilege, you can't have duty. Okay. Opposite side से. If you have a right, you can't have no right. ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता. अमरता. राइट का ऑपोजिट क्या है? नो राइट, विच इज वेरी मतलब बेसिक. बट इफ यू हैव राइट साइमल्टेनियसली यू कांट हैव नो राइट. ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता. ये सर नो, ये सर नो. राइट. So this is the very interesting part that you need to understand. Okay. So this part needed to be understood from that aspect. और कुछ नहीं. And if you have right, what is the contradictory? Privilege. What does it mean? Other people can't have privilege if you have right. Are you understanding? Think about, just थोड़ा सा सोचो, you will be able to. If you have right, other people can't have privilege. If you have right, other people can't have privilege. Other people will have duty. If you think other people can't have privilege if you have right, are you understanding this part? If you have right, other people will not able to choose whatever they want to do with you. If you have right to reputation, they can't defame you. If the center is changed, definition changed. Sampada understanding, Amartya understanding, Irakan understanding, Manaswini understanding, पुलकित, समग, मुस्कान, जा रहा है दिमाग में? Is it going in? The moment you say right, you have the right, other people can't enjoy the privilege. Okay, because so are you understand, Pulkit? Now your question, dual, contradictories and opposite, can it be interchanged? Is this question answered? Is this question answered? It cannot be, because both the centers are different. Okay, opposites will basically work on the same center. One existence in one center will automatically prove non-existence of another thing in that center. Clear? Likewise, existence of one thing automatically create non-existence of another thing in another center. That is the contradictory. ठीक है, और एक बार बेहतर तरीके से मैं समझा देता हूं. ऑपोजिट एंड कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी इट मींस, ठीक है, अगर एक चीज होता है, इफ इट इज एक्सिस्ट, सो इट प्रूव्स दैट the other thing will not exist. Opposite and contradictory. ठीक है, so if the right is exist, no right cannot be exist with me because I have right. It cannot be possible. Simultaneously, other person will not privilege against me if I have right. So opposite and contradictory is basically saying if existence of one thing will not exist of another thing. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? This sentence समझ में आया नहीं आया? अच्छा, दोबारा मैं बोल देता हूं. देखो, अगर ये समझ में आ गया ना आपको, I mean, Hopfield theory, you are going to write another book on Hopfield theory. Okay. Correlative, opposites and contradictories. ठीक है. अच्छा, इसको अलग करते हैं, तो ये बेटर पॉइंट. कोरिलेटिव्स, ऑपोजिट्स, कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरीज. ठीक है. Correlative means if there is a right, there is a duty. If there is a privilege, there has to be no right. Okay. It means the proof of existence of something. Am I right? It is a proof of existence. Yes or no? Correlative means proof of existence of something. Yes or no? If there is a right, there has to be duty. If there is a privilege, there has to be no right. Has to be no right. Existence of, अब नो राइट को एक साथ पढ़ना है, ऐसा नहीं कि नो राइट सर राइट नहीं है तो ये तो नॉन एग्जिस्टेंस. नो, नो राइट इज on that sense it is claimed in one sentence, okay, or one phrase. Are you understanding? Opposite is proof of non-existence in that center. It means if there is a privilege, there is no duty. in that center. If there is privilege, there is no duty. Proof of non-existence. Is it clear? Proof of non-existence. If there is a privilege in one person, there is no duty. That person will not have any duty against any person. Is it clear? Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear? Contradictories is also proof of non-existence, but center is different. Different center. So if there is right, other people will not enjoy the privilege against you. Clear? So it is also, if there is a right, it is also a proof of non-existence. Contradictory के मामले में other people will not have privilege. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? All of you? Is it clear? So correlative existence, opposite non-existence, and this thing non-existence. Contradictory non-existence. Any query? Did you understand this concept? All of you understood the concept clearly? Brilliant. Others? बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Okay. There is another part which you're going to do tomorrow, and via that we'll be able to complete the chapter. Okay. That is the power, immunity, liability, disability. Okay. And that is also very important. But you have understood this, that part can be understood better and faster because you have understood correlative, opposite, and contradictories in very simple way. ठीक है? तो उसको हम लोग देखेंगे tomorrow and we're going to complete that. Clear, all of you? हाँ? I hope you understood. If you have any query, आप कल लेके आओ. We are going to discuss it further. And tomorrow we are going to have a real life or legal example to apply this thing to understand it from another perspective. Clear? Clear? Huh? Is it interesting? समझ आ रहा है ना? It's interesting and you are getting it. हाँ? बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है ना? That's the thing that I want to hear. हाँ? कि आपको समझ आ रहा है. And it's bit technical. हाँ? It's bit technical. But इस 4 चीज के अंदर इतने सारे चीज लिखा हुआ है. ठीक है? चलो. So we are going to end it here. We're going to meet in the next class. In that, we are going to talk about the next very important thing, that is power, liability, disability, and immunity. That 4 thing. Okay. So you people had few queries regarding the immunity that can be dissolved tomorrow itself. Okay. तो वो query कल आपका चला जाएगा. So we will be able to learn better way. Okay. So we are going to end it here. And if you have any query, come to me tomorrow with this Opeltian theory, this concept. Okay. And we'll be able to learn better. Okay. Ciao. Thank you. See you in the next class.